Good Space Boy here, and welcome back to another video. We are now going to jump down the hole because hole.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Nah.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back
I want to
the
go
top.
until I
Do
see.
it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Well, it's endless, so who cares, right? I won't die. I'll just fall forever. I guess I'll starve. Well, no, I'll
Stanley,
die
I
from
don't know quite how
dehydration
to
before
say
I'll
this
starve.
tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole.
Me for
I
real,
don't want
for
anyone
real.
to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well,
Ow.
good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so
New mug.
clever. Look, I think the issue here
All
is
this
that
new
you're
tech unlocked.
unusually fascinated
Because
by
I forgot I
falling.
could crouch.
What normal person actually wants
Look at
to
all the
fall
cigarette
infinitely?
butts down
I
here.
figured the
Come
hole was as
on,
deep as
people,
anyone
don't
would
litter.
actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
I'm surprised this mug didn't shatter. Or
Look,
dent.
things
If it's
got
made
a
out of
little
metal, it
heated
did
there. I
dent.
think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the whole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll
No,
just
fuck
be
you.
up here when you're ready.
I'll walk around in circles forever. I've got a bucket. I'm in a hole. I've got cigarette butts and paper I can eat. I'll be fine. I'm getting the sense that I have to teleport up to the top.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
I'm gonna go back down the
for
hole.
heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter?
Yes,
to
it
you
does.
this
The
time?
hole is-
I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less
The
time
top
in there
is
than you
up
did
is
before. I mean,
less of a pinprick.
admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had
No.
enough? I'm positively thrilled.
Ooh, I almost
I
fell
really
in.
do have so much more to show
I
you
almost just
to
fell
talk
in.
about, and I've had enough of the
I
hole
wanted to
for a
hear him
lifetime.
speak for a few moments. Oh, he's done speaking? Alright, I go back down.
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow.
Oh yeah, that's much shorter, yeah.
Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation.
In order to
for the
fill
uncertain
an
nature of the
infinite,
hole's length. Here,
pit,
let's try something.
just an
Let's
infinite
pop back up
space,
to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
is you put an infinite amount of things in there, and then you try and put one more thing in there, and then it can't fit.
Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt. How is this still appealing to you?
That was an
I know you're
accident.
obsessed with holes,
I
but at
fell.
this depth,
That was
I
a
just
complete
can't see
accident.
this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
I'm here to spin, to rock in a circle. All I need to do is type plus left and then just sit here. Or, you know, do this, grab a rubber band and just do this for 8 hours straight, you know. Alright, back to the...
Is the
Yeah, it was not working.
teleport button not working? You sure?
Yep.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again.
Nope,
Still
not working.
nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity.
Me and the hole are best friends. Oh. The hole is holing again. I'm going into the hole dimension now. Huh. Okay. Whoa. Cool. Hell yeah. Now that is a man named Stanley. Into my perception.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley?
What?
Good, you're awake. It seems
Oh,
you had
come
some
on, that was
days off
cool.
there, drifting away into dreamland.
I
We
want
can't have
that
Stanley,
again.
because
Give me
this hole
more.
is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Me. Oh. What is happening?
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Can I grab a second bucket? No, I can't. Can I jump back into the bottomless pit? I'm gonna jump back into the bottomless. I'm gonna jump back into the bottomless pit. What? Can I not? Ah, that was fun. Like, unironically, I thought that was quite entertaining. Being in the pit and being able to change perspective and reality and perception, I don't know what that did. I don't know what the changing perception did. It didn't seemingly do anything. Yeah, I'll have to leave then, yeah.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready
Pretty
to move
much.
on now?
Yeah. I know I've not gotten into the thing where I please no screenshots.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together
I
as one
just took a
single
screenshot
coherent
in case you're
video
curious.
game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
I like the bottomless pit, so
Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
it
Well, I mean, there's
looks.
potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different
I like the pit.
arrangement.
I like the pit. That's what I
Okay,
like.
yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Ooh, let me get around to where the pit is. Ooh, there's
Who am
a
I kidding, Stanley?
pit
This
in
isn't
the
a
jumping
coherent
circle?
video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to
I
anything.
want pit and jumping circle.
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect.
There, that's me down
With
there.
care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, this is the Stanley Parable 2.
Or
Let me see
Stanley
if I can whip something up.
Parable Ultra Deluxe
All right,
Edition.
perfect.
Or
Go
Ultra
ahead.
Deluxe.
Take a look.
Oh, okay. Oh. I'm just gonna... do something real quick. Okay, hold on. There are new sliders here I didn't realize because reticle options. Oh, this one is torture. It's okay, because I'm really good at pressing buttons. I'm not the best, but... Oh, ow. But I can press buttons fast. Ugh, no, okay, this is definitely a faster method. Yeah. Ooh, that hurts my elbow to do. Ugh, this is awful. Doing this? Mess with this setting, huh? Didn't know this was an option. Okay. Closing in on it. Okay. Time to turn reticle size back down to, I don't know, yeah, 50. Okay. Back to 100. Oh my gosh, there are so many options when it comes to sliders. Holy shoot. Let me oh, I'm going through these. All right. Oh, settings world champion. I just got it. I'm turning that off. Okay. Begin the game. I just got settings world. Okay. We're good.
This is the story of a man
Named
named Stanley.
Stanley.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Hell yeah.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did
for
every
milliseconds.
Day,
I don't know if I could keep track of how long I'm pressing a button for, if it's for milliseconds.
Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Okay.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
Yep.
But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Ooh.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle
Oh,
the pressure.
did I?
What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome
I
fell
didn't
under
mean to
his
do that.
responsibility?
That's alright.
He
It's
had never been
whatever.
trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me.
I didn't mean
Nothing
to do
will
that.
break me. In here I can be happy.
Let me out. I
I
didn't
will
mean to.
be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come.
Let me out.
Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer.
Just let me leave. I didn't mean to do that.
Now it's even closer.
I didn't mean to.
Here it comes.
Ugh. Here we go. Okay. I didn't mean to do that.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
Okay.
Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
So sorry. I meant to pick. I didn't even see the bucket. It wasn't even on my radar.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Why not?
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Into the broom closet I go.
Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
No.
I can really feel it now.
No.
It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you...
Hold on. Whoops.
You have to be strong. This is
There you
your
go.
bucket. This
I like
is
the
your
radical.
companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I
think
never
the voice
liked this
acting
broom
needs to drink
closet for a
water.
variety of reasons. But even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends, that your relationship is purely superficial and convenient, that your life is so banal and meaningless that
No.
you'd feel the same sort of
No,
kinship
no,
towards
no.
any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner. Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments.
The broom closet.
Expand on the wide variety of experiences
You're
you and the
mean.
bucket have shared together. Go through
You're
each of them
mean.
point
Quit
by
it.
point.
Quit
Share your
it!
journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket, as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
You're a meanie broom closet. I dislike you, sort of.
Okay,
I
I've
should at
got you
least.
something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled.
It's
No
mine.
more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Can I put the bucket down
All
in
right,
here?
I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see, I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket.
Wow.
That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself,
Oh
it's
yeah,
a bucket.
it's a bucket.
There
Yeah.
really is a wide variety of applications for this
Oh
sticker.
man. I was so confused for a second. I'm so glad I know it's a bucket.
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Alright, I leave.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
But what if I didn't? A collectible!
Found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Awesome. I'm gonna guess probably. Okay, well, I found one, so I've got 4 more to find.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This,
I've got 3 more to
there
find.
really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley
Yes.
figs. What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that.
Stanlerine.
Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Awesome. All right. Import received. Okay, well, 2 more is required, so.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this
2,
revelation, Stanley may have
8,
broken down into an emotional
4,
dumpster fire,
5.
if not for the... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Yes,
the
it was the
bucket
bucket.
guiding him?
It was pure.
This is certainly the most
I don't know
logical
how I managed to get it
explanation.
correct. I don't remember it. That was.
Back
Yes.
to the name of these little Stanley figurines.
Okay.
And I'm torn
2
between
more.
Stanlerines
2 more.
and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Okay. I need to find 2 more.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Scared me.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
You got it.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Okay.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
Number 601
Everyone
is
in
fired.
the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears.
Don't cry,
Stanley
bucket.
cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would
Everything's
be fine.
going to be fine, bucket. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. All right. I know this is scary, but there's no need to cry. You don't even have tear ducts. How could you do that? Elevator.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
Oh no,
Had the
throat.
bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
I
These
don't know.
questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Stanley's feeble mind.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His
Okay.
own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust
I like
no
the
one
bucket.
except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way.
Hell
The bucket
yeah.
made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Hell yeah. Ow, that hurt. Oh, that's loud.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the
Okay, I still have the
tyrannical
bucket in
grip
my
of the
hands.
evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a
That's,
movie,
what,
any movie, but then
197
stop it
sneezes?
halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and to...
Huh?
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket.
No.
Any lengths not to harm the bucket.
No.
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket.
Yes,
To be
at least I have
trapped
the
eternally
bucket.
in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley
Yeah,
thought to
not
himself.
so bad.
As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Figure Finders Committee. Meeting today in the meeting room.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What? They said they'd be in the... Oh, wait. Places to search. Inside of a sequel exhibit. A large room, lots of boxes. Somewhere both red and blue. Trust the completion of stats. Exactly. So, somewhere both red and blue. In a large room with lots of boxes. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking.
Ooh. Hold on.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes.
Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful room.
I move on.
Eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I knew it.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly
One
gotten
more.
all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now
And then
we
in
have
a
them
room
all.
that's both red
You
and
can't
blue.
go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
I think...
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path, that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path, that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path, that it seemed the office had begun. You didn't think I was actually just recording, did you?
that was
Silly
like,
and trite
what the hell?
explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
But who was putting all the recordings in? Oh. What just happened? What just happened? I've died? Oh my gosh, I push all the buttons. 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 Oh, they all glow back. They all turn back on. God damn it. Do I have to press all the orange ones? No, no, okay, I don't. I like this place. I like this place. I wonder if it is possible for me to I don't think I can. I probably could, but I mean, like... Is this it? Ooh! This is a pretty cool effect. Hold on. Let me try and get center. There we go. Whoa. Oh, wait, we'll go the other way. Yeah, about the same. Whoa. Alright, I guess, I like that, place. Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
Never
memo.
the end is never the end.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his
Are
co-workers.
all of them on and say that? Well, now I have to turn them off. Most of them are, not all of them. I've still got to turn them off though.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door, and this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it but eager to get back to business? Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you
Danger
convinced that I want
everywhere.
something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. And there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly.
Stiggly Wiggly.
Stanley, this is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead
Wait,
I'll
hang on.
just say...
This is the
it's
new
done.
version of the
We're all
game.
done.
This is the second
And
game,
now we can
which
go
means if I
whatever
pull
hell
that
you're
lever,
doing
if I
before
find
we
that
take your
lever,
figurines.
I can get the test trophy. Now just where is the test trophy? Anyway, fuck you.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Alright.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much
Have I ever
happier
done this
if we
before? I don't
just
know.
Stopped.
I don't really
And I
watch
think-
through my own
well, I
videos,
think I have a solution.
so I have no
Here,
idea
let
if
me
I'm
show you.
repeating something I've already done. What's you? Give. Where am I?
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh,
Space.
it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel... No, wait. Where are you going?
Fuck you. I'm leaving.
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Yes.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing. No!
I've thought about it.
Oh, thank God you lived.
I'll do it again.
No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go
I'm
back to
taking
what I
it
was
away
before.
from you.
If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
'Cause I want to.
Stanley,
Oh!
let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over
Oh
and
my
over to do
gosh.
it?
This is awesome that this is an ending.
Happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get
Oh, it hurts.
But I guess
Oh, both my knees, ankles, and shins are broken, but I'm still walking on them. I'm currently walking on my femurs. You know, currently walking on my femurs. I play the long dark, and I am always over encumbered, so me moving this slowly is not an issue to me.
I'm going back.
That is... I was like, oh, all the computers off now? What's going on?
Stanley, I'm sorry.
What
but
the
I have to
fuck?
put a
Oh.
pause on things. It's just...
What the hell?
It's those figurines. Those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
You're gonna add like 40
Didn't
more,
it fill
aren't
you to
you?
the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Alright. I'm remembering when Stanley found those collectibles. Well, this is just gone now, so I don't know where that went.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Can I collect it again? Oh, well, I guess I'll never know.
And here was a second Stanlerine. I'll be honest, back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
I could have collected
let's
it.
do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember? Hey, that's exactly right. It was here in the boss's bathroom. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Is that true?
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh, well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
definitely did not happen.
This was the 5th mini-stand, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Oh. All... All it needs is, what is it? Uh, 2007 Space Odyssey, or you know, Musicscape. What was that song called? God damn it. That song, you know, like it goes, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Anyway. So I missed one.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Which door did you open? Well, of course I go through the blue door.
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Okay, well, we are running out of time, so I don't know.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more.
Okay, well, I still missed one, so,
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
yeah. Oh.
Yes, I
Thank you.
love that video. Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
I like the sound the apple makes. It's nice. Oh yeah, we are out of time. I am going to end this episode here, and then immediately start recording the next one. So I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.